So, we're live on the podcast. Why'd you just do that, dude?
Because it wasn't recording. So you were just talking. You would have started the podcast. It would have started recording. You would have thought that it wasn't recording.
Shut it.
Well, I said that as it was not recording, and it went into being recording. So like yesterday, I will cut it out.
Nah, dude, let's add it in.
Okay. Well,
Whatever, we're live, dude. Okay, so Mike slapped me with, I want a Chalkline jacket I feel like every year, every time I come to your house for the past 3 times,
yeah.
every AEW show I bought a Chalkline jacket and shipped it to your house.
Like, I mean, freaking Nick Radar just like tweeted a picture of like the Austin and Rock one, and it's just like they're just so sweet. It's like it yells that I'm a wrestling fan, and like you can and you know what I mean. Like it's just
It's
such
a one
good,
that other people could look at and be like, oh yeah, I remember I watched Rock in Austin.
Yeah, that's why I kind of want to get that this Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart one.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's Shawn Michaels, or it's HBK versus Bret Hart. The front has the Bret Hart on the right side and Shawn Michaels on the left, but it's like silver and gold Shawn Michaels because it matches with the Mania, like the attire he wore for Mania, and it's got him in the middle. The boyhood dream has come true. It's got the Shawn Michaels logo again. It's got him super kicking Bret. It's got Bret.
It's a great jacket. Like, if you want to buy one, it's a top tier jacket. Like, the reason I haven't bought that one because I already have 2 rivalry ones. I have Taker, Kane, and Austin and Rock.
Here's the thing: do they run small or do they run big?
I buy the same size as I wear my regular jackets.
Okay. Because I don't want to get the size I normally wear and then try it on and then it's like tight. You know what I mean? But then I don't want to get like, it's not like a sweatshirt where or like a hoodie.
There.
What?
You don't want to be loosey goosey in there. You don't want to be loose in there.
Yeah. So that's why it's like I need to like find a store to try it on, because I would much rather buy one of these Chalkline jackets than like buy like a pair of shoes or something for $130.
I bought the Heart Foundation one during Mania weekend.
The Heart Foundation?
Yeah. It sold out like 3 times already. They re-released it again.
Wow. This one with like the purple and like pink and like black like looking gradient?
Yeah.
That one? Oh, okay. There's the back. Okay, the back looks kind of cool. Like, here's the thing. Like, they got like that. Honestly, if that Roman one didn't have the title on the back, that would be a cool looking one. I could see like Ravi getting that. The Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio one is really awesome. I mentioned this earlier. The SummerSlam '95 Shawn Michaels one is awesome, but like that one, it's kind of like one of those things where if you know, you know. Whereas the other Shawn Michaels Bret Hart one is kind of like, oh, that's Shawn Michaels, that's Bret Hart, that's WrestleMania. You know what I mean? Like people would know that that's
like,
wrestling.
Like my Attitude Era one, if I wear that, I'll get at least 10 to 20 compliments.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, nice jacket. Where'd you get that jacket? Did you make that jacket? Like, because that's Attitude Era logos. Like, people know.
Yeah. Oh, man. Why did I just talk myself into this? So, I don't know. Here's the thing. Can they return? I know now is kind of weird with returns. But, like, if I try this on and it doesn't fit.
Policy.
I don't know. Let's see.
I like how we're doing this live. We're just like, all right, here's a podcast today.
Yeah, this is the podcast.
Whatever. Chocolate jacket. Wrestling.
Do they do customs? That'd be cool. I wanted the Bucks one. Honestly, if I'm at All Out at Starfest.
Brett, not buying the Bucks one.
Yeah, that one looks really sweet with like
And I was 1 day behind. It was like, oh, it stopped selling like on the 12th, and on the 13th, I'm like, I'm gonna go buy that Bucks jacket because I got paid, and I was like, oh crap, it's gone. It was yesterday I was gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so mad. Their nerd jackets I actually like better because Ravi has that villain one and it's really nice.
Yeah. So this says that they used to make ones that fit smaller, but now they're true to fit.
Yeah.
So I don't know, dude.
I might buy that Jay White one when it comes out, but
the Jay White nerds. Like I just like the retro stuff. You know what I mean? Like
I know what
I'm
you're
a big
saying.
retro guy.
Can't wait until AEW drops one, like a Kenya one or something.
Just give me the logo even. Like a cool like design on the back with the logo in the middle. That'd be
And
sweet.
then do like the you know the gimmick like the show intros and it has a lot of those color flashes.
Uh-huh.
Mix that with AEW logo.
Yeah, the AEW Dynamite one. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
This what's it called? I always wanted the WWE ice cream bar one, but that's like, because that was like
That's
on sale for the
loud.
longest
Like
time.
match that with anything.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
And
I
it's
don't know.
with people like I like, but I don't care about.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing. If it had like like when I started getting the WWE ice cream bars, like John Cena had one, Shawn Michaels had one, like you know what I mean. So it's like if they had that and it wasn't like the real classic ones, then it'd be a different story. So stay tuned for next week and see if I buy a Chalkline jacket. Probably not. I'll probably wait. Like, is there a store that sells them? Like, can I walk into like a Foot Locker or something?
No, no.
No. I mean, now I can't walk in anywhere, but after this is all over, is there like a place that I can go to do this? Because I think I feel better spending that much if I tried it on first.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. Anyway, Justin, other than talking to me about jackets, what did you do today?
So I woke up. I slept decently. What did I do? I got up. Oh, I don't know. I kind of just lounged around a lot of the day. I went for a run. I went running. I finally got paid from the government for
That's
being on
good.
quarantine. I got that government check, which was
Yep.
nice. I didn't expect that today because it said it was under review still, but now it's not after 2 weeks of not working. What else did I do? I didn't Rubik's Cube up. I was kind of just watching a lot of videos, just like doing not much. I don't know. I didn't really do much, honestly. Oh, I watched that. Sorry, what am I talking about? I watched that New Japan Tanahashi movie. And if you have the New Japan Network, because no New Japan shows will be live for the next foreseeable future, you might want to put a pause on that subscription. And before you do that, watch the My Dad is a Heel Wrestler movie. It's about 2 hours, and it is a lot better than what I thought.
What would you give it a rating on the Dave scale?
I'd give it a 5.
Wow.
It
So there's
is
no
a
better
title,
movie.
but it has a lot of wrestlers I like. It popped me a lot. Like, oh, there's Okada, there's Naito, there's Takahashi, there's Taguchi, there's Makabe.
So it
Like,
was just like it was like a New Japan movie that had just everybody in it.
there's like random cameos, but mostly I don't really want to give much of the movie. But Tanahashi and Okada are in the movie. Like,
The main people.
It's Tanahashi's movie. Like he's one of the main characters.
Hmm.
I watched it with my girlfriend. She enjoyed it. So like, there you go. There's a wrestling and non-wrestling fan watching the movie and enjoying it.
Sounds
Which
good.
is
Is that all you did today?
pretty much.
So I was gonna make a comment about something, but I forgot what that was gonna be. Anyway, one of the vinyls that I bought came in today, so that was fun. Opened that one, and I just gotta find a time to play it. I haven't had a chance to go to Target to buy the CD again because every time I go there they didn't have it, and so that was the thing. But then, honestly, I mean, Animal Crossing. Let me tell you about Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is the game, and I've been playing that for like nonstop since it came out like 2 weeks ago. And today there's a YouTuber that I used to watch his videos back in like the early days, like 2009, 2010, 2011. And then he kind of like picked up in 2012 and 13. Um, his name is Soldier Knows Best. That's his YouTube channel. And so today he uploaded a video where he was kind of giving a tour of his Animal Crossing thing. And um, so we so in the description he said that he has like a Discord, and so I joined the Discord. There was only like 16 people or 10 people at the time, and he was like, oh, like first, like 10 people that come in are gonna get like like in-game money or whatever. So like I hopped on there, and then like it picked up the voice chat on my phone. So it was me, this other guy, and Soldier Knows Best. We were all just like talking about whatever. Um, and he's a wrestling fan. So I was like talking to him about WrestleMania, and he said that he really didn't like the Undertaker match, but he did like the Bray Wyatt match a lot. And like he was saying that like he really didn't get much into AEW. He still watched Raw and SmackDown every week, and I was just like, that's wild. Um, just like it's interesting to get like a different fan perspective of what their wrestling intake is like every week. So that was cool. And then someone came in, like a fan, obviously, and this guy went on and on about like every single like YouTuber question he could possibly ask. Like, oh, like I saw you, you're friends with like iJustine. Like, have you joined her server yet? Like, have you done this? Like, oh, you still use Final Cut to edit? Like, you like all these technical questions, and I was just here like, I mean, like I knew that I was like that a long time ago because I remember like the age old story is when Breach first came into the call that I was in. I was like, "Oh, Stevie Breach, I love your videos," and he was like, "I'm just a normal dude." That was one of those times where I was like, I know the dude, I know that like the kid was just being nice, and like there's not many times that you get to talk to someone that's like a bigger content creator, I guess you can say.
Almost 800,000 subscribers. He
What?
does. This is a guy. He has 800,000 subscribers. Is this the right person?
Soldier Knows Best. He just uploaded a
He did.
video about Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He
him.
does like reviews on products, like electronics.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay, nice. Wow.
So, because then I talked to him, like the first thing I mentioned was back in the day there was a streaming website called Vocal, and it was like you could have up to like 6 people on the live stream. You can put up questions on the screen. You can put up like video questions, like a live video questions with other people. And I used to be like a moderator for his chats that he used to do there. Um, so like I told him, and then we talked about that for a little bit and talked about like YouTube as a whole. But when this kid came in, I couldn't say a word. Like we were talking about wrestling, I asked him about WrestleMania, and then the kid was like, "I don't mean to interrupt, but there's this in the corner. Like, what's this for?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I knew that, like everyone in there, like me, like even Soldier Knows Best, and like the other guy, it's like we're not gonna say anything because it's like you talk whatever you want or whatever. But I was just like, man, like I don't know if he wants to be talking about like all this right now, but I guess like you gotta expect that when you know when you open up your voice chat or whatever to everybody, because then the
So,
one go ahead.
how long do you stay in that call, or whatever?
um so I think I was in there for like 45 minutes maybe.
And you got out of the
um
first part. After that, you got taken over.
Well, like after like it was about like I don't know, like 15 minutes in when that kid came in and started like going on about whatever. And so um let's see. So I joined the thing at 6:30 and I was on there until like 7:30. So about an hour. Um so I mean, it's one of those things where it's like I expected that, but it was just cool because like the other guy was just like for a second I thought the other guy was like a friend of his because he wasn't going crazy, and it's like everybody's just a normal person. You got to realize that. That's something I realized early on. Like at first I was like I would mark out over all the YouTubers and stuff like that. Even when it comes down to like the smaller ones like Breach and Ravi, and obviously that worked out because now like they're all my friends. But everyone's just a normal person. You don't have to treat everybody like they're like a superstar. You know what I mean?
Who would have thought you would have been friends with me or every breach?
I mean, yeah. I think it kind of helped that like I kind of like eased my way in the door thanks to Chris, because Chris was the first person that I just like added on Skype, and then he brought me into the call with his friends, and then like through Chris, like I basically like it linked on to people because I think like Chris was friends and like would bring into the call Destin Hindherd was his channel or something, and then Matt Beast was friends with Dustin, and then like through Beast, like when I would be in calls with Beast, um, Mappy's 1419 for those who don't know. When I would be in calls with Beast, like, they bring in like Breach and Miguel and Luke and Ravi, and that's kind of like my first, like, my pathway in. And then there was kind of like a sub path where me and Chris had like the Future of the YWC version like 760. And we put out like a video saying like, if you want to join, make video responses. And Britton Harrison was the first one to do it. And so I watched his video and I was like, I don't know. I told Chris, I was like, I don't know what it is about this guy, but I really like this guy. I think he needs to be a part of a group. And then he like would talk to Andy, WWE Legend 619. And then through Andy, that's how I met you, Justin, was through Andy and Britton. So
we didn't talk that much till after. I don't know. Like we didn't talk that much after.
Like late 2013 into 2014 was when
we started talking with Breach and Miguel more.
Who, me?
Yeah, me and you.
Yeah, I didn't like I talked to you when I was in calls with Andy. Like the only way I would talk to you was through Andy and Britton, because I remember specifically, and this kind of gets into what we're going to talk about today a little bit. I remember specifically like being in a call, and then like we were talking about how you were going to go to Extreme Rules 2012, Brock versus Cena. That was the big match. And I messaged you a couple days, and I was like, oh, like, ha ha ha, when I see you, I'm going to do your intro, like, and yell it across the thing or whatever. And you're like, ha ha ha, yeah, like, that'd be funny or something. And then, like, we'll get into it in a little bit, but, like, I just remember, like, I would only talk to you through Andy and Britton. Because I remember you from Chris's intro. You were in Chris's intro, like, OG intro.
All right, when he had like random YouTubers.
Yeah, I got that if you want to see it. It's copyright now, but I got that re-uploaded.
So Extreme Rules 2012 is what we're talking about, guys. 20 minutes into this podcast.
So what made you want to go to Extreme Rules 2012?
Okay, so I had internet friends before YouTube. And pretty much we used to watch wrestling online together. Let's just say it like that. One of my friends, Park, that's his Last name. I've known him since like 2009, and we were pretty good friends. And I was like, hey, where do you live? He's like, I live in Indianapolis. I'm like, all right, I live in Toronto. Like it's like, let's make a trip. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hey, I kind of want to go to the show in Chicago because like I've been a huge Punk fan. I kind of want, and I was sad that I didn't go to Mania because my cousin kind of flopped out last minute and we couldn't go. And I was like, but so I have the money for going to Mania, and I didn't spend it. I was like, I want to do Extreme Rules, and it's in Chicago. Punk's a big deal. I want to do this. So I buy a ticket to the show. I tell my friend, hey, I'm going to Chicago. I know it's like I think a couple hour drive for you. I don't know if it's like 6 or something. I don't know what it is.
Where was he from?
Indianapolis. I don't know where exactly.
Okay. Yeah, it's
we
like
don't talk anymore.
4-hour drive.
Yeah. We don't even talk anymore. We're not even friends anymore. Like he just lives his own life. I live my own mind. You know, it happens. So the plan was I fly in Saturday early in the morning. He was gonna come on Sunday. We'd hang out for the day. I go to Extreme Rules, and then when I come back, whenever he drives home, he drives home. So the first day, I fly in Saturday. I remember the Friday night before is one of my friends' parties. So I go to this party till like 2 a.m. My flight's like at 10 or something. Go home, go to sleep, wake up like at 7 or something, and it's like, oh, I got a flight to go to catch. Get to the airport, fly to Chicago, go to O'Hare, and then I like take a shuttle to the hotel. I stayed at the Holiday Inn, which is like a 5-minute walk or so from Rosemount.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just subway downtown, and I walked downtown by myself. I just walked around the city.
So what was your friend? Was he not there?
No, he was coming Sunday. He was supposed to 2 days. But something happened. He's like, oh, I'm just going to come Sunday. I'm like, all right, I guess I already booked the trip. So, like, whatever, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hey, let me hang out like just 2 days, and then you could just drive home when the show starts. But he didn't. So Saturday I was just there by myself pretty much. I walked around the city. I remember like some girl asking me was like, "Oh, hey, you want to help animals or something?" It's like this is for the University of Chicago, or is it University of Chicago, University of Illinois, right?
University of Illinois in Chicago.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
UIC.
She was like talking to me. I'm like, I don't live here, but I didn't have the heart to tell her for like 5 minutes.
So you just listen to her for 5 minutes and you're like, I don't live here.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember taking the train there and back, like the subway.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, you took the Metro?
yeah, I
Okay.
bought the little card gimmick, like that. They print the card and you just slide it through.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you took the L.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I took the train.
Okay, you took the
Oh,
L.
right?
You didn't take what we took going to
No, no,
Chicago.
I took the subway.
Oh. Oh yeah, 'cause it's right there. Duh.
Yeah. I just shuttle back to the airport, and then the airport O'Hare has because the subway station connected, and
Yeah.
you could go to downtown. It's like half an hour or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. Came back. I remember like ordering deep dish pizza in my hotel room and just like eating it.
Where'd you
And
get it
like
from?
I can't remember
Probably
honestly. And the thing
Giordano's.
is, I remember there was that Ring of Honor show that night that you went to,
Oh yeah, dude.
and it was like, but I don't know from where I was, how far was it?
Oh, that was a long. That's like maybe another hour.
Yeah, exactly. So I could have gone there, but coming back to the hotel would have been like hell. Like I'd have paid like an enormous amount of taxi money just to get back, right?
You should have been like, hey, there's that stupid kid that messaged me on Skype the other day that I talked to with Andy in Britain. He could have we could have picked you up. And hey,
Would you have actually?
if you would have said something, yeah, I would have. I mean, I was gonna meet up with you anyway at that point in the weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But how old were you?
Um, my dad was with me.
I don't know. But it
I
would have been
mean,
weird. I feel like it would have been weird. I was like, what, 19? Was I 19 or 20? That was 20.
I mean,
2012? Yeah, it was 20.
I mean,
I
like,
don't know.
I in the grand scheme of things, it all worked out. But
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Like I didn't go to that Ring of Honor show. And
it was a
the funny
good
thing
Ring
is
of
I
Honor
bought
show.
the show like a month later because Adam
Really.
Cole was on it.
Dude, that show, if you look at that card, that was Chikara versus Ring of Honor. That was the big thing. Like you have Steen, Generico, the Young Bucks, the Bravados. Remember the Bravados?
Yeah.
You had Maria was on the show. I'm assuming Mike Bennett would have been on the show. Roderick Strong, Michael Elgin, like Adam Cole, TJ Perkins, the Ants, which
But why did I
obviously,
watch the show? Because Adam Cole was on it. And I remember it was Shakara versus ROH.
yeah.
So that was day one. Day two, my friend finally comes. I think before he came, I went to I walked down to Rosemount just to go to IHOP,
Hmm.
get some breakfast, and I realized there's a flea market there, and I spent about like an hour walking through the parking lot through the flea market,
It's a
like
fun
looking
flea
at random
market.
stuff. And there were like, wrestling chairs and wrestling merch, and I was like, oh, nice. I maybe I'll buy one of these, take it home with me, and then I'm like realized like, oh right, I'm already getting a chair. I don't need to.
Could you
I don't need to
imagine?
do. Yeah, yeah. And then he came, and then we just hung out. Like, yeah, we just hung out for like till the show started. And then yeah, I went to the show. And then I
What'd you,
realized I remember it was raining.
what'd you
It
think of
started
the
to rain.
show?
I thought it was like the best show of 2012. I thought it was better than WrestleMania. I
And that was
thought the
WrestleMania
matches.
28 too.
I thought some of the match outcomes were wrong, like Daniel Bryan not winning, but I guess what they were trying to do with Sheamus. The main event, Cena. In hindsight, Cena never should have won that match. Like I don't know why they put Cena over, and
Yep.
then the next night on Raw, they acted like Brock never lost. Um, it was amazing seeing Punk live, like in Chicago.
That
Like I remember
jump from the
being at the
thing.
merch stand buying merch, and then like I hear Punk's theme and I ran. I'm
Oh
like,
man.
I didn't come all the way to Chicago to miss Punk's theme. And like I remember during the Jericho match marking out because I was cheering for Jericho. Like I'll laugh if Jericho won and I'm here. So
Hmm.
I'm like I'm like the heel. like in the crowd. I'm third row camera side, by the way. So if you watch the show, you can see me periodically through the night.
Well, here's the thing. So when I realized where you were sitting, I was like, because I was in the 200s, but like behind you. So very quickly, I found you. I picked you out of the crowd. So
Yeah.
my friend at the time, Ali, who used to sit, he used to like he was in cahoots with all like the super fans and everything, and like he was like friends with them, and he would meet up with them and buy tickets with them and whatnot. So like he knew like the ins and outs. So like he was coming up the same way that you were coming up, like after the show. So I knew like where he was at, because he was like literally to your left, just a little like row two or something, maybe row one. On like those like the other like behind the announcers like seats.
Yeah.
Um, and I remember, well, first off, we saw Cody Rhodes beat Big Show for the Intercontinental Championship. Think about that.
Just step
Don't talk
the
about the
table.
outcome. Nope, don't talk about that. We're not going to talk about how Big Show fell through the table on accident. We're going to talk about that we saw Cody Rhodes win the Intercontinental Championship. So, really makes you think. Um, I remember the shirt being iconic because it had Brock and Cena. Obviously, that was Brock's first match back in forever. Um,
Like that match was insane live.
oh, it was like, I mean, it got to the point where they couldn't show the pictures afterward because they just had to like they made it black and white because so much blood and everything. I
Yeah.
remember like vividly seeing Cena just sitting on that the stair and talking like cutting a promo after the match, and
Yeah,
I
I
was
remember that. And he's acting like he's leaving forever. And
yeah.
then it's like, why did you win this match even more?
And I was like, is he like retiring or is he like leaving for a couple months? Like, what is he doing? Like, what is this? And then I thought that was going to be Cena's last match for a while.
Everyone thought it was just for the live crowd. Then you find out it was aired on pay-per-view, and you're like, what?
Yeah, I couldn't believe
It
it.
was like the weirdest promo ever. And you acting like you lost. You won the match.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah,
the Cena going on this weird redemption tour when you like, and then they completely forgot that he beat Brock in April right after he lost to Rock. Like it didn't make sense.
that's going to be like a trivia question in a couple of years. Like Brock Lesnar returned to the WWE after X amount of years in 2012, where he did what against John Cena? A, won. B, won via disqualification, or C, lost to John Cena. And it's like, yeah, he obviously won his return match. Nope, John Cena beat him. So Cena wins, LOL, once again.
People forget like the Cena meme. Like it's like that just adds on to the cake of why people like dislike Cena. Like why did Cena have to win like out of all times? Like it didn't need to happen.
Yeah, but I remember Punk coming out because it was the street fight he was in against Jericho. Punk came out with like a shirt, a different shirt than he normally would have worn, and I ran to the merch table and I was like, "The shirt that CM Punk's wearing right now, do you have that on sale?" And they're like, "Oh no, we only have this and this," because I was like, "I'm not gonna let what happened last year happen again with the Punk shirt."
Yeah.
So I made sure of it, and then I found out later it was like a straight edge shirt on like one of the websites or whatever. But fast forward to the end of the show, and obviously like I went down to where you
Holy
would have had to walk out.
street fight, dude. That was great.
What happened?
Kane and Orton in a street fight, like Falls Count Anywhere match or something like that.
It was falls. I think it was Falls Count Anywhere because
Yeah,
the
that was
Punk
great.
Punk was a street fight.
I don't know why Kane was on the chair though. What a
What about
random
that Daniel Bryan and Sheamus falls or 2 out of 3 falls? That was really
Falls
good.
match too. If I have a picture of me of I'm yesing with Daniel Bryan and you can see it, it's a clear as day.
It's just, I mean, that was like, I kind of want to rewatch that show now because that's like such a good show now. And I think about it.
Yeah, we got
I
Brodus Clay doing
think
a squash match. What
leading
else did
up
we?
to that, I wanted David Otunga to go after the U.S. title against Santino Marella, but it
I
never
forgot.
happened.
Okay.
Anyway, so fast forward to the end of the show, and I knew that first off, Ali was trying to get me a chair, but you need your ticket, so couldn't get that. Anyway, so we were just standing there, me, Ali, and my dad and my brother, and like I said, like, oh yeah, met him from YouTube or whatever, and so we were waiting, and then you kind of like walked through the curtain, and then like stood like on the other side of like the entranceway, and then I remember like slowly going up to you and like RKO the infamous NWO, and then you just kind of like Like, oh hey, like how's it going? Like, cause you
Yeah,
expected me to like be there or whatever. Like, what did you think? Did you think some kid like like some kid like from YouTube?
yeah, it was weird. And then remember the gimmick picture, like, do you want the glass on or off? Which I wish to this day we just took a normal picture and a gimmick picture.
Dude, let me tell you, and everyone who's listening to this, you're looking at the picture right now. That is the most ridiculous picture I have ever seen. We both look like the biggest marks of all time. I mean, you got your backwards hat,
Oh, I gotta get my punk sleeve up. Oh, I gotta get my Macho Man Randy Savage YouTube shades on.
and you got the like the hang loose going. You got the merch. I've got the event shirt on. Like I look like I'm half asleep. You can't tell what you
See,
look
like
like because
I do that finger thing all the time. Then I started throwing out the click, and now I do the Shinsuke or
yeah.
the click. Depends which
Well,
one.
look at this. You were doing Switchblade before Switchblade was doing Switchblade.
Oh, true. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
I
Because
mean,
I
you got like your camera.
was right, and so I was like, oh, I'll do this thing when I meet UFC fighters,
Is
and
that?
I just
Hold
started
on.
doing it.
Hold on. Is that a WWE spinner belt buckle?
Oh man, I used to rock that thing all the time, dude.
Oh my God. Why haven't you brought it out for another show?
Huh?
Why haven't you brought it out for another show? That stupid spinner belt buckle.
I don't know. It
You
was
must
pretty
have
thick,
felt like a
dude.
real mark.
To see it and be like, how is yours so big? I'm like, I don't know. I bought it somewhere. I can't remember.
Like like going to an event with a title is one thing. I think that's crazy because like what are you gonna do with it? You're gonna wear it, and then when you sit down, what are you gonna do now? Like it's gonna like get in your way and everything. If you hold it, it's gonna be a pain. But like to sit and be comfortable with a belt buckle that's gigantic, you know what I mean? Like how is that comfortable?
I don't know. And the funny thing is that summer is when I went on my workout spree, so I lost a lot of weight. So I noticed the belt buckle going from poking my stomach to like no stomach to poke.
You see that like in the
Like,
background, that
I'm
kid's
like,
got a
oh
hockey
wow, the belt's
jersey.
not poking my stomach anymore. Like after like 4 months of working out, like crazy.
Hmm.
So like it was like my gauge. I had the world heavyweight title one too. I used to switch it up.
That's crazy. Like
Um,
the thing with this show also
I didn't even
was
wear a wrestling shirt to that show or a wrestling hat, even though I had my punk hat.
you just didn't you got the yes shirt in your hand right there.
Oh man, that was a big shirt. I wore that for like that was my summer 2012 shirt.
The big thing about this show was that the popcorn, the cups, like were all left over from WrestleMania 28.
Yeah, and I left my popcorn thing, and my cup at my seat.
Ah, dude, like that's the thing where I was like, when I saw that, I was like, I'm definitely gonna get that now. So now I'm looking at the popcorn bucket. I use the cup on like, like a daily basis almost. Like I still have that WrestleMania 28 stuff, and it's like, were you there? No, I just got it the month after. So
And they
it's
sold programs there, and I bought one.
yeah, I'm looking at you holding it right there. So I probably should have bought one too. Like they must have had so much left over from that show. It's insane.
Yeah, that was wild. But for
I
my
don't
first,
even know what hat I'm wearing.
that's my first ever show I traveled for.
Really?
Yeah, and it was off a whim. Like I randomly like bought it to one ticket. They had one ticket, third row. I was like, all right, if we're going all out, if I'm flying to a place, I'm gonna buy a ticket equivalent or more than what I'm paying for my flight. And it was about the same. I was like, oh, it was like $200 something, which doesn't sound that bad anymore. Paying for a ticket third row,
Yeah.
like a steal.
So where did your friend sit?
Oh, he didn't come to the show.
What?
Yeah, he was just there to hang out and leave.
Oh. Was he
He
not a wrestling fan?
for like how we like we talked for like years and years and years. Like, hey, I'm gonna be here. Want to come hang out for a day or whatever?
He wasn't a wrestling fan?
No. Well, he was. And then he stopped.
Oh.
He stopped around. I knew him through wrestling, and then we were more UFC fans after. Like we used to
Okay.
watch UFC like on like go on Skype and watch UFC fights.
Huh. The more you know. So with that, that was 2012, and I think tomorrow we should talk about, well, tomorrow
We got AEW, but Thursday
AEW. Thursday, we're going to talk about Lollapalooza 2016,
the
4 years later.
turned after years of friendship.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that on Thursday after we talk about AEW tomorrow. But yeah, so that was the first time. That was the first YouTuber that I met up to that point.
First ever encounter.
Because then the funny thing was like my dad was like, "Oh, you gonna like you want a picture?" And then you were like, "Yeah, like it's once in a lifetime or something." Like when am I
Yeah.
gonna be in Chicago again?
And I'm never gonna come back here.
Yeah, little do we know.
Hey. And it's like, look at us.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, on that note, what would you tell your future self?
Get on writing those bits because you have a show in 72 hours.
You still haven't written anything?
I have bits, but I'm trying to do like I don't know what to talk about because like I'm not going on stage. I'm just doing it in front of a camera, and it's like, what do I talk about? Like, this is so different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a bomb is coming, but I think I'm due for a bomb before. I need to get used to me doing because this might be the new thing. You just do shows in front of cameras. You know, you might
Yeah,
kill all your material in one show. But it's so weird because
that's
you
true.
can't work on material because the way to make bits is to work on the material over and over again. But we'll see.
Um, my future message would be uh, go to Target, get that CD before it's too late, and don't buy a lot of cards because I know it's going to be a thing. Anyway, so on that note,
Also, I should have bought pen on Friday.
oh my God, you getting into the stock market too now?
I was looking, dude. Everything's up.
Okay, well, wait a little bit because, like, the casinos are still out of action. So, dude, I bought that at $5.
So you're
So,
doubled up, dude.
yeah, I've been good for a little while. So, but on that note, that's it. We'll see you tomorrow with the next one. I'm the best in the world.